Welcome back to Analysis Trends. In this video, we are going to discuss about the calculate DAX function, and let us see what are the use cases of calculate DAX function, and let us define how we can use and what are the possibilities that this particular function can be used. In a simple example, when I put that into ChatGPT and understand what exactly the DAX function is, the calculate DAX function is. So we got a table here which gives us the groceries. Let's say you got rows and columns of this particular data where you got product, category, price, and quantity. Now I'm using DAX calculate function to find out the total cost of the fruits. The condition here is I should be excluding orange because the quantity is 0, and I should be only including banana and apple as they are under category fruits. So I am focusing on total cost of fruits. So my first filter is the category should be fruits. The second filter here is I should not be including oranges. That means the quantity which is equals to 0 or less than 0. So to find the total cost of fruits, basically I'm writing a function called calculate, and I need to be calculating sum of groceries table. This is my grocery table. I need to be calculating sum of prices, right? I should be calculating all the prices and adding up there. But it's not just the prices, it's prices into quantity. So to get the cost, I need to be multiplying the prices into quantity. Where my first filter is from this table, where the grocery table, the category should be fruits. That's my first filter. And my second filter is the groceries quantity should be greater than 0. So here when you go into detail of this one, it gives us that we are looking into groceries table. We are calculating the price into quantity of this particular table only when the categories are fruits, and the other condition is the quantity of this particular grocery table of the fruits category should be greater than 0. Now by this means total cost of fruits become price of apple into quantity of apple plus price of banana into quantity of banana. That means 2.50 into 3 and 1 into 5. That will give me a total of 7.5 plus 5, which is 12.50. In this case, we are excluding 0. We are excluding the orange calculation because the quantity is 0, and that's a condition in our code. So in similar way, when we go to DAX guide and uses an existing formula to understand it better in DAX guide, from DAX guide to DAX do, and see how it actually defines. So basically, in this, we got a measure that is actually calculating a sales, red sales as a new column. Okay, so we are actually calculating a new column called red sales, and we gave a condition that we need to calculate the sales amount. Okay, calculate each individual sales amount only when the product category is red. That means we are giving an expression. The expression is calculate sales amount, just a sales amount. And the condition and the filter is product color should be red. Similar way, we are calculating another measure called sales red sales full. That means we are calculating again the sales amount, but in this time we are adding a filter as an extra expression that actually looks into all, that is basically it looks into all the product color of particular table, and then decide where the product color is red or not. Okay, so in both of the DAX function, the limited use case of that particular DAX function is even if you use filter, or even if you without using a filter you use just the calculate, it basically gives the same output. And finally, we are evaluating and summarizing all the columns based on product color as your first column. Then you got sales amount as your second column, red sales as your third column, and red sales full as your fourth column. Now when I execute this one, you see that my product color is from the product color directly, and the sales amount is coming in from sales amount, and we are calculating sales amount here. We are bringing sales amount directly from the table, sorry. We are calculating red sales and red sales fulls from the DAX function, right? Now, if you look at red sales, it is 1.1 million, right? And that's where we are able to see a 1.1 in all the columns. Okay, uh, and similarly, red sales full is also coming as 1.1. So either way, if you want to calculate any one of the color total sales into a new column, you can do in this way. So let me put other color here. Let me put blue as one color and red as one color, and let me put this as blue sales and this one as well blue sales, and execute the code. So this should now give me, oh, the name of this one should be blue. So now this one should give me the product, the sales amount. The blue sale is 2.4, which is correct, and still the red sale is 1. This is one example. Let us go and check the other example and copy this code and understand the code better in DAX.2. So let me get rid of that and use this one now. So here you see the same measure is being added, and we are looking at red blue sales. That is a combination of both the sales added up, right? So calculating sales amount, we are doing a sales amount. We are calculating the sales amount when the product color is red and blue. In this way, we are calculating both red and blue sale together. I- We are also adding one more measure which gives a traditional format here, which is calculating the sales amount, but we are using the filter as a separate option and again putting the same information there. This is other way of writing. And the output level, we are bringing this to from directly from the table. And these are the two DAX measures which we wrote here. And this will actually give us output in something like this. So now we got 2.4 and 1.1 added together is 3.5. And that will give you the output in this format that, okay, 3.5 is the total sales combined for red and blue, which is 1.1 and 2.4. Okay, so this is one way of doing it in doing here. So this either way you can use the first one. So calculate sales amount, product color in red or white. Let's say if I put white and run this. So now the white sales are 5.8 and the blue sales are 2.4, which is sum of uh, yep, 13. So that will give us to 8.3. So 8.3 million is our total sales. Let me put white and then put red. So this first give me 5.8 plus 1.1, it is 9 and 6. So 6.9. So 6.9 million as my total sales for both the colors. I can add multiple colors as well. I can do white, red, and blue. Okay, so my white red is 6.9, then you got 4 will become 3 and 6, 7, 8. So it's 8.3 again. So 9.4, sorry. So it's, oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't calculate the blue one. So it's 2.4, 5.8 and 1.1, which is 6.9 was earlier, and then adding 2, 7, 8, 9, 9.4 is the total value from white, red, and blue. So this is another example. Let us go in detail of finding out the total sales here, which is good. We did that. Now let us look into keep filters, the other way of using this. Here the only difference is we are using filters as an option. So this is an actual way we use actually product colors in red and blue, right? And this will give us red blue sales. In this we are giving red blue sales keep filter. That means sales amount is fine. Filters, keep filters will only keep red and blue. That means when you execute this code, you will have first column as color, the second column as sales amount, the third column as red view sales, which is exactly the same what we did earlier. Red view sales keep filter will give you the total, will only filter out red and blue and will show you the red blue full sales. For example, when I execute this code, oops. So we got first column as product color, which is same. You got second column as sales amount, which is also correct from the table. You got red blue sales is 3.5. Let me change this to white and red so that it is easy for us to notify 6.9, which is correct. And now here, if you look at measure sales of white and red again. Okay, so this will calculate 6.9, which is basically calculating sales amount, but now it is not adding up. It is just showing up where the white is and the amount, and where this red is and the amount. Okay, so here when you execute this code, you're also able to see the blue is showing the blue value and red is showing the red value, because it is we are using keep filters. And in this way, in the similar fashion, if we use just the filters, right, then we look at to filter all. So we filter out all the columns and then give the red and blue value. But in this way, we are only keeping filters, and we are giving only just those two values out at that particular stage. Okay, and the last one, let us go into last one and find out what exactly is that. So here we are defining a new measure as red blue keep filters, which is similar, right? Then we are using a measure of red blue sales, which is again a similar one. I guess this is all covered. Yeah. So I guess this is the one which you need to copy. Sorry. Okay. So we are measuring sales yearly average. Now basically average x function has two uh, terms. That is, one is table and expression. So the first one is considered as table here. We are using date calendar as a table. And the second, we are calculating sum of quantities into net price. Now understand here, we are doing an average. Okay, average of, basically we are using sum x as a function to calculate the sales, and sales quantity into net price is your basically sum x function, and we are applying that to each value, right, of particular date calendar. We are using that one, and here we are using a sales amount and yearly average. Now when I execute this code, you see that first is the product color, that is still fine. You got a sales amount, that is still fine. Now yearly average is basically date calendar, first thing, and now yearly average will calculate number of years that particular product is available, and it will divide the sales quantity and sales net price by number of years available in that particular column. And this is what it prints as a yearly average for each of the columns. And this is a sales amount for now, but the yearly average is 2.3 billion. Okay, now this looks something like this. We can also use a by line chart. Okay, so this all defines about how we can use a calculate function. So thanks for watching. I guess you have understood some or other way of identifying it. We have one more example we can go through. So here only we can go through the we are using same measure for finding the sales amount. We have it sales amount here. Then we got um, yearly average, which is again good, and yearly average 2 is just the sales amount. So in this both the ways, basically we are finding out the date average range and summary spread. So here if you look at the first one, that is sales amount. Now this is sales amount directly calculating the sales quantity to sales price. Nothing filters. That is good. Here average X we are calculating sales quantity sales amount based on date range, right? And here we are just using sales amount which is already there at the top. Both of them give the same answer, right? Both of the values, yearly average of yearly, gives the same answer. I need not to recalculate the sum x here in this measure. That is what is mentioned. And then other one here we got measure sales test. So we are using test average x calculate. We are calculating sales amount. Okay, we are calculating sales amount when the product category is audio. We are keeping filters of red and blue only. So we should be filtering out red and blue. And now unrelationship, that is sales delivery date and date. So here we are using unrelationship. So let us go into this and find out what exactly it is. So we are using unrelationship, which actually gives us a column name and column name too. Okay. Now in this, basically sales delivery date and date is your use relationship. We are using this two particular thing to join those tables basically, right? So sales amount with product table, right? So sales amount with product table. So that is sales table with product table based on this two dates, and you are keeping the filter of red and blue only, and that's where you get the output in red and blue. When you are calculating sales amount only when the product category is audio, and the output is you got sales amount here for the two categories from two different tables based on date, and the date is calendar, and we are using date year calendar for particularly filtering out the amount. Okay, So this is the best way you can learn DAX function. You can use ChatGPT to make yourself understand. You can use DAX do to make yourself understand, and that's where you can help with. So thanks for watching. Stay connected and see you again. Goodbye.